Time for another beer review. This time it is Rysz Smithy's Hobgoblin clone, Hobclone. I very luckily, even though it was random, won his 100 subs competition. Please check out his channel. Really brewing some really nice beers. He sent me 4 lovely sounding beers, and I have had the privilege of drinking 2 of them. I thought the Smash was good, the Smash Mosaic good, but I've just reviewed his, what was it? It was so good I can't remember what it was. Mosaic Melon APA V2. It was just out of this world. So I thought, I'm on the roll, I'll just review his Hobgoblin clone. Maybe unfairly, I've bought a bottle of Hobgoblin, I guess just out of comparison. It's not something I actually typically drink, although I do quite like it. So yeah, just to keep it interesting, thought I'll just compare it to the original. So this one's been stored in the garage. It is reasonably warm. This one I've had in the fridge. I've taken it out about half an hour ago, but it's still quite cold. I should probably wait until it warms up a bit, but you know, I'm gasping for a beer, so I'm just gonna pour them, and I'll be double fisted. What a shame. Malts in this were Maris Otter, caramel malt, light crystal, chocolate malt. Hops were Fuggles and Styrian Goldings, and yeast was Safel SO4. 5.4% versus 5.2%, so pretty damn similar. No, you're not meant to pour them in these glasses, but just because they're the same, just thought I'd do it for comparison's sake. So, which one shall I open first? Suppose it doesn't really matter. I will open up actual Hobgoblin itself. Nice hiss, cannon smoke as you would expect from a commercial beer. You wouldn't expect it to be flat. Pouring this way too aggressively. I'll just slow down now and just really take it easy. I'll leave it there just now. There's a bit left in the bottle, but I know there's obviously it's not bottle condition, so I can always top up. And Rysz's, nice hiss, nice cannon smoke, and let's not try be as aggressive with the pour. Oops, too late. Let's just take it easy. Let's just take it easy. We'll stop it there. It's the majority of it in. There wasn't too much sediment. I was hoping to do this review a little bit earlier so I can get a bit of the sunlight in the background, but I've just been a little bit behind, putting the 2 kids down and tidying up and having my tea. Anyway, it is what it is. I don't think, we'll maybe not see anything through them anyway. So, on the camera, they look pretty similar, I'd say. Starting off with the heads, Rysz's, I would say, has a slightly darker head, probably medium bubbles. Head's dissipated now, probably half a finger, quarter of a finger's head. A little bit not clear. It's not crystal clear. Probably can't really see that on camera, but it's not crystal clear. Not that that's a problem, but it's just an observation. Obviously the commercial version it'll obviously go through some kind of filter, no doubt. Difference in heads, the commercial versions, the head's probably sticking around a little bit more, slightly bigger, slightly creamier looking, and slightly paler. Colour wise, the commercial version definitely has a red kind of hue to it. I don't know whether that can be picked up in the background. Yeah, just about. Rysz's. It still does have a red hue to it actually, just not as prominent, and you don't see it much just because it's not as clear. So I'll go for Rysz's first on the smell, just because it's a bit warmer. Yeah, definitely get the chocolate. Definitely get the chocolate. It smells lovely. And the crystal, you get the bit of sweetness and sort of richness. Don't really get the hops, but then the style of beer that it is, I wouldn't really probably expect the hops to come so much through on the smell. Maybe a little bit of earthiness possibly, but I wouldn't necessarily. There was a citrus aroma. I'm just reading out the Hobgoblin description. It says the legendary Hobgoblin is a blend of smooth, rich flavours from the chocolate and crystal malts, combined with a refreshing bitterness from English Fuggles hops and a dash of citrus aroma from Styrian Goldings. Now, I've never brewed with Styrian Goldings, so I don't really know what that's like, but I wouldn't say it's citrusy. A beer full of mischievous character, just like me. Let's compare the commercial version, albeit it's a bit colder, but let's just compare it anyway. Oh well, there's quite a marked difference in the smell, I would say. Actually, it's a lot more toffee, kind of caramelly sweetness on the smell, and you do get actually the a little bit of lemon coming through in the smell, and more, I would say a lot less chocolatey on the smell here. Quite a contrast actually in the smell. Yeah, actually, now that I've gone back to this one, I do smell a bit more sweetness and possibly a little bit of a lemon. Anyway, let's go in for the taste. That's what it's all about. Cheers, Rysz. Very nice. That chocolatiness comes through on the taste as well. For me, well, maybe I'll reserve judgment, but I was away to say for me maybe a tad just over carbonated, but really not by much. I'm talking like a smidgen. It's not massively carbonated, but it's just a personal preference thing. But I have to say, it is a lovely beer, irrespective of whether it's close to the Hobgoblin or not. Yeah, kind of, you do get that kind of rich, kind of smooth chocolatey flavour. It's lovely, really, really nice. Let's try the commercial version. Bit different, actually. How is it different? Less chocolatey, more, I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it. It's a bit like like a fruit pudding, like a raisiny, plummy kind of, pardon me. Back end, you get that bit of sweetness similar to what the smell's like. Just going to go back to yours, Rysz, just for another comparison. Yeah, there are subtle differences in the taste as well as the smell. Both are very nice. The carbonation is just a little bit less in this one. I have to say, taste-wise, I actually prefer yours. If I had to cherry pick, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, I'd go for obviously the Hobgoblin colour, because it's just absolutely awesome. That kind of level of redness in that light reddy brown, and the sort of the head and the aroma is different, and I prefer that in the commercial version. But ultimately, it's about the taste, and I have to say, Rysz, I actually prefer your version of the Hobgoblin clone. It's really, really nice. Yet another fantastic piece of brewing. Hats off to you yet again. What can I say? Hope you have liked this comparison. If you like it, please like it. If you love it, please subscribe. Rysz, I hope you like my interpretation, tasting, whatever. I have to say it's lovely bit of brewing yet again, and hope you don't mind that I've compared it to the actual Hobgoblin itself. There are a lot of similarities. Taste-wise, I definitely prefer your beer. Definitely, 100%. There's just a couple of other things that are going for the Hobgoblin, which I think actually, if you're ever going to make a version 2 of that, I think would just raise it to a different level. The aroma on the original for me is just a bit more. Well, for start, it's different, but it's just a bit more intense. A little bit more inviting. Obviously the head in yours is a little bit dissipated, and so if there was a way to find out, what the original's more like, I don't know whether you would dry hop it more, or I don't know, because I don't know the recipe or anything, but yeah, your version for me is definitely the winner. So well done, mate. Cheers.